Hello everyone, I'm Sean.
This is Hoon.
And we are the Courageour Frights, back once again for another movie review.
Yes.
This time we're doing Nicolas Cage's Arcadian.
Yes.
So this was a film that came out to about 5 theaters back in, I think, March or April or something.
There was not that many for this movie, that's for sure.
I think one of our local theaters had it for like a day, maybe, and we missed it. But it's now currently on Shudder.
Yes.
So you can go check it out there. So this is, of course, another Nicolas Cage movie. One of at least 2 that are currently available right now, with the other one being The Long Legs.
Yes.
Which we also did a review on.
Yes, so go watch that review.
Yes. So this film stars Nicolas Cage again as a survivor in a post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Yeah.
Similar to Quiet Place in the sense where it's like a weird alien species has like taken over the world, presumably.
Yeah, because I think it first starts with Nick just kind of walking. Like, it must have been the first start of them.
Yeah.
It's like, this is like the first scene, so. Like, it just has like a bunch of gunfire and stuff in the background.
Yeah, and he's just like running.
Yeah.
And the city's on fire and blowing up and stuff. And then he goes back and there's like, he has babies.
Yeah.
Or something, and then it cuts 15 years later and they're grown up.
Yeah, and this is the 2 kids that are in this movie.
So we follow him and his asshole sons.
yeah, pretty much.
As they try to ruin everything he's worked so hard for in the last decade and a half.
Yeah, I know, to ruin everything
in
one moment.
In a post-apocalyptic Ireland where no Irish people exist.
Yes.
So that is the basic premise. One of his sons is all right. He's kind of like a nerdy guy that plays chess with himself.
Yeah, he like just reenacts old chess moves, I guess.
And he's always just inquisitive, wants to learn everything.
Yeah.
And then the other son just periodically just disappears and goes to a neighboring
he goes
farm.
The Roses farm. He's always like, I want to go to the Roses farm.
Right. He wants to go over there all the time because there's this girl, Charlotte, that he's like in love with.
Yeah. He's like, the building is destroyed. You can go to Rose's farm after you fix this. Then he says, the next thing he says is, I want to go to Rose's farm.
He just keeps constantly talking about
like,
going to Rose's farm. And he's like, well, you can go after your chores are done. It's very Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
He's like, but I got to go to Tashi Station and pick up some power converters. And they're like, you could waste time with your friends after your chores are done.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally that.
Yeah, pretty much.
So he goes and runs over there, and then he jumps over this, like, endless chasm.
Yeah.
That's just in the middle of the ground to get there and go back and forth. And if, as you might guess, there's no way that's going to go wrong.
Yeah, it's foreshadowing.
Yeah, there's no possible way he's going to fall in that hole.
Yeah.
There's also a dog named Rocco.
Yes.
Which I always like to... I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I always have to spoil this sort of thing for people. The dog does live in this film. So much like A Quiet Place, the cat lives. This one, the dog lives.
Yeah.
These creatures are nowhere near as deadly as the Quiet Place creatures.
No.
We don't get a full story here as to what happened. It's almost like even the characters speculate.
Yeah, because the one, I guess this would be, I think this might have been in the trailer or something, but he's like, the pollution came and there's something right after the pollution, and they came out of wherever.
Yeah, they came after the pollution, and they just killed everybody. But it's like, you can kill these things with a baseball bat.
Yeah, no.
I don't see how they took over the world.
Yeah.
The creature design, this is a very simple film. Yeah. So it's basically, it's less focused than something like Dog Soldiers, but it does have similarities in the sense that it's kind of like a siege film for part of it. But then they have the deal with the romance story with the other neighboring farm. Yeah. I don't know what the issue is there. It seems like there's some beef between Nicolas Cage and the family at that farm.
Yeah, because they're always like, they're not gonna help us.
But for some reason, I don't know what the deal is with that, because they never explain that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, the farm appeared to have like one farmhand, and that's why he was over. Thomas was going over there all the time, was because he was like extra help for the farm. But then at some point, like, those guys waylay him, and there's 20 of them all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's like, who the hell are these guys?
Like, they have like a city there.
Yeah. It was weird. So a lot of stuff's not explained well.
Yeah.
But this is a post-apocalyptic creature feature, which is actually like one of my favorite subgenres of horror because I love like cool creatures and like monster effects and stuff. The creatures in this film are really bizarre.
Yeah.
They're not really like anything I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, they almost look like kind of like a prehistoric monster or something. It's like really weird.
They're weird. Like they're hard to describe. Like the closest creature would be something like Attack the Block. Like there's this big like furry monster.
Yeah, and then they have like this weird mouth thing that like does this. They like open and close really unsettling.
Like rapid fire, jaw snapping action. And then they have a stomach mouth underneath their body.
Yeah.
So it's almost, they're really weird. They have a real long neck.
Yeah.
And then at one point, one of them reaches through a door and it like uncurls its arm out to like 20 feet into the room, and it extends its finger like the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird. Like I don't know what the hell these things are made out of. They're real stretchy. I mean, like it should have been called. It should be called Accordion instead of Arcadian.
It's really weird. It's like they can extend out pretty far.
Their arms stretch out the next week.
Yeah,
they're like Stretch Armstrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, they're a very strange creature. Apparently, believe it or not, I guess the creature design is based on Goofy.
Yeah, I could see it actually
from a Goofy movie. Like the Disney character, and like I guess it makes sense. It's really weird. Like definitely I got to give it points for that.
Yeah.
Like I love a weird creature, and this definitely fits that.
Yeah.
And Nicolas Cage is really good in this, although he's not in it nearly as much as you'd like.
Yeah.
Something happens, he basically gets sidelined for like 80% of the movie.
Yeah, he's like gone for like 30 minutes.
But when he is there, he's a badass.
Yeah.
He's like, he's not quite Willy's Wonderland level of badassery, but he's getting there.
Yeah, he's like before Willy's Wonderland.
Yeah, and then like a word to the wise here, Nicolas Cage is very subdued in this film.
Yeah.
This is normal dad Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Not crazy man Nicolas Cage, which you can get from Long Legs.
Yeah.
So go check out that review if you want to hear what we have to say about crazy Nicolas Cage. This is very normal, subdued Nicolas Cage. This is first half of Color Out of Space Nicolas Cage. So that's basically it for the overall plot.
Yeah.
Like we said, the creature designs are cool. The plot meanders a little bit because it's split between the house, fortifying the house and playing around on the farm. Which I don't understand how that farm exists, because the farm doesn't seem to have any fortifications.
No.
They have sheep just running around everywhere. Like, I don't know if they gather up all those sheep every night and stick them in the barn or something. They have to.
Yeah, no. And then they like, what else do they do? I don't think they have it like blocked off. Nothing's blocked off.
They don't seem to have like Nick Cage's place is like all boarded up.
Yeah, boarded up. He has like floors, like wooden floors that you can't get under and everything else.
Yeah, it's like crazy. But yeah, and this whole, like I said, the one thing I found really strange was that this is obviously Ireland.
Yeah.
But there's no Irish people.
Yeah.
There's like one American family and an English family basically just hanging out in Ireland. I don't know if they ate all the Irish people or what the deal is here, but yeah, that was weird. But otherwise, it's definitely in Ireland. I don't know if it's supposed to be set in Ireland.
Yeah, because they really don't explain it. Like, it's kind of one of those things that kind of just drops you in. It's kind of like, what are we? Where are we? Like,
they don't say a location.
Yeah.
But the house and the overall surrounding area and stuff is obviously Ireland. And
it
was filmed in Ireland.
I think it's supposed to be America because the one character, Charlotte, she had like an American t-shirt on. So I was like, maybe
possibly, but like that is a popular thing in Europe for some reason. Like, I guess one of the trendy things these days in Europe is for people to wear like t-shirts that have random U.S. cities on logos on the shirt.
Great.
For no reason at all. So it could, in fact, be in Europe. I have no idea. It's definitely Ireland, though, but whether or not it's supposed to be Ireland, I don't know. This was an Irish-Canadian-American co-production, so not sure what that means, but there you go. Like I said, these creatures are really cool, but they're not very difficult to beat.
No, it's like they have like it's one of those things that they have like one by one. Like they're one-on-one, it's like they're really easy to kill.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, because there's one scene where they do this weird like roll thing. They like combine themselves into like wheel or
like
something?
a big wheel. Yeah,
they just crazy. They like run around the world, like I guess that way.
Like a big wheel. Yeah, like 20 of them will bind together and just like make a huge wheel and come at you. It kind of reminded me of something from like Critters or something.
Yeah,
which is not necessarily a bad thing. Like the creatures in this are wacky.
Yeah, it's like if you like good creature designs, I guess like creature design is pretty good in this movie.
Yeah, it's definitely unique.
Yeah,
I'll give it that.
If you like the creature design, then you definitely will probably like this movie for sure.
One thing that may not be unique is the logo for the poster with the 4 claws.
Yeah.
I unintentionally wore this Nightmare on Elm Street shirt, which, as you can see over here, has 4 claws in the exact same position as that. So it's like
you have your Arcadian shirt on.
But at no point in the film do you see 4 distinct claws like that.
Yeah, so, I think they have like these weird shaped claws, but I think there's like 5 or so. It's not like
I don't know what they're doing with that, but Freddy's probably gonna give him a lawsuit at some point. Freddy's gonna sue somebody. But so I unintentionally wore my Arcadian shirt today.
Yeah.
So with that, I think I don't know if you have anything else to say about this film.
It's a pretty simple plot, so it's not like you really can't say too much unless you want to go and like it went into spoilers, but it's not a non-spoiler review, so
yeah, we'll just do non-spoiler on this one. But I enjoyed it. It was not fantastic film, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like a film about like a father kind of trying to take care of his kids or whatever.
It's very much like Quiet Place, sort of. It's not as good as A Quiet Place, but
it's almost like you could tell where they probably came from. It's probably they saw a Quiet Place and was like, let's make a movie like that.
Yeah, Quiet Place spawned a bunch of shit because like you had the whole sensory deprivation subgenre of horror came out of that.
Actually, that's
not only did Quiet Place come out, was that Bird Box came out,
Bird Box,
like around the same time as Quiet Place. And then there was another movie that was like a ripoff of Bird Box that was on Netflix as well. And then Bird Box got like the Barcelona spinoff or something. And now Arcadian.
I remember people were doing that Bird Box challenge or like walking in the middle of the street with like not looking at anything. It's like you're about to get run over.
Yeah, that was something. They don't have the Arcadian challenge. Yes. This film doesn't have a gimmick though. Like they're nocturnal. They can't come out during the day. They can't come out during the day. But aside from that, there's nothing.
Yeah, because they are like it hurts them or something. But
right, it's not like Quiet Place. You can't make a sound. Bird Box. You can't look at it. Like that sort of thing.
Yeah, this one they kind of know. I think they kind of know that they're there.
Yeah,
and they just kind of like trying to like.
They just live in a hole in the ground.
Yeah, like find out how to get in there, but they just can't.
So it's almost like I don't think these things caused the end of the world. It was like maybe the world ended for some reason, and then these things emerged or something. Like I don't really know, because it seems like they're pretty easy to kill.
Yeah, and we would have like guns. Like it shows them like the guns, and they could probably take them out. Like,
well, they did. They had shotguns, and that killed them pretty easily.
It's like if you're in the U.S., you would have guns at all corners. You're like you have a problem with that.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, Nick Cage I think kills one with a baseball bat or something. He like beats one down with his fist.
Yeah,
like in the cave scene.
Yeah, pretty much.
So yeah, I don't really buy these things as being a viable enough threat to end the world, but they are pretty cool creatures.
Like I say, it's kind of like I think it's like focuses mostly on like the family relationship or whatever.
Right.
Nick Cage is like the concerning dad, and you have the 2 kids.
Yeah, there's definitely that aspect. There's not a weird part too, where every time they show up, it seems like all these giant cockroaches appear.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was about because it showed like they were like in their stomachs or something.
Yeah, the one dude got attacked by them too, and then nothing came of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was like a subplot that they never really embellished.
I wonder if that was one. They probably was a subplot because it seemed like it was kind of like bad.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't.
Because they're like giant, like Madagascar hissing cockroaches in Ireland. It was like really strange.
And they were like obviously everywhere, so they must be with them.
And they are connected to the creatures because like they clawed up the door and then he took like the board off the door and they were all like inside the wood and stuff.
Which that's in the trailer. You see it in the trailer. So.
Yeah, so like I don't know what that was. It seemed to be implying that they were somehow connected to them. It's almost like in there was that Predator, or there's like a weird creature called like the River Ghost or something. And it's like an alien creature, but it has like bugs living inside it or something. Yeah. So I don't know if it's similar.
It's almost like it's spreading that way, or maybe.
Maybe they did toy with the idea that there's like an infection that causes these things or something, but then they never really implied.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if they were to make a second movie, they probably would have to go into where these things came
what
from.
Are these things? Yeah,
because I don't think it would work if they did a second movie like this.
Arcadian day one.
Yeah, you'd almost have to have something to kind of explain what's going on, because it's like one of those things where you just drop. You get almost like, isn't Cloverfield the same way, where it's just like you just kind of like get dropped in and.
Yeah, Cloverfield, a lot of this shit was explained in the marketing.
Yeah, it's like you don't know what's going on, so it's like. What I guess there's a point of view of the characters, so you don't really know what's going on.
Yeah,
it's like this kind of had the same way.
Right.
So.
All right, so I think that's going to do it for our review of Arcadian. So if you saw this film, let us know what you thought in the comments below. You can check it out on Shudder now. And if you like these type of videos, these reviews, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more like this in the future. It really helps out the channel, and you too could feel the strength welling within. See ya.